All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Nekomonogatari. White.
Yes.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Okay.
Because, all right, we're on to what will probably be the next stage of Hanekawa's focus.
Yeah.
Maybe in present day time, possibly?
Yeah. Showcasing that she's kind of dealt with the whole, black cat kind of situation there.
Because her development in that regard has been sprinkled, a breadcrumb trail has been sprinkled throughout
the whole thing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that, assuming that that's where they go with this.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't go backwards anymore. I think we're going to go forwards, and then the question is what specific focus will it be? Right. In a lot of ways, I feel like by having the whole Golden Week section being potentially like all cased within Nekomonogatari Black, what would be the next logical stage is basically just pick up like right after Bake and have like some maybe some setup, because a lot of what Bake ended with left us, I would say, at least for me, like really wanting more with regards to Hanekawa's situation here. Now that we have some contextual information from the Nekomonogatari.
That would be interesting if they decided to do that, because there was a big change in Hanekawa from Bakemonogatari to Nisei, but there was also some good reasoning for that. So if they end up basically providing more explanation for that, that'd be interesting to see. And then, of course, there's how long is this part exactly? So who knows? Yeah.
In terms of going all the way to the present, though, it feels like because of how the focus shifted so much so to the sisters and basically the Araragi family in Nisei, I feel like they could do all the way up to the linear point there, but I feel like there's still some more missing in Bake that needs to be added to this.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, so y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, I'm going to be starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh. Am I me? What is me? Who am I? Whoa. We got a Roomba.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I like this change of perspective.
Dang.
I like the idea of the robot that's going around cleaning everything.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of stumbling around.
Cool. Okay, I love this.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. For you all to become disappointed in me.
All right.
Oh my god. No longer clean or done cleaning.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, what's the new OP? What's the new OP?
Sound.
Ha! Chocolates.
Yeah.
Huh. One waifu shipped to your door.
And I guess it is post Nisei since there's the haircut.
Uh-huh.
A pose.
Wow.
Princess trapped in the palace. Oh, just getting boxed up and shipped off.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh. Okay. Tsubasa Tiger Part 1.
Whoa.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Compartmentalized lives, and
Yep,
even though they live in
completely
the same communal setting.
Eaten by herself.
Uh-huh. Hachikuji!
That's right, because she can see Hachikuji.
Huh?
It appears again I wore the wrong shirt.
Ah!
She's gonna pull an Araragi. Ah.
Okay.
Oh, her backpack.
Yeah. Huh? Okay. Ah.
Hmm.
Ah.
Huh.
Okay.
You will, huh?
Ah! Stop the blatant foreshadowing.
Okay.
All right, I'm excited for that. Oh. Tiger. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Holy crap. This is gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
And she's surrounded by red flags.
Well, huh? Huh?
Hmm.
We need to talk. Yeah. Huh. Mmm.
Jealous a bit, Senjougahara?
Ah. Oh, that's some good insight. Huh. Oh. Oh. Oh, Senjo. Oh. Oh, she cut herself short there.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Oh my god, it feels like we're setting up something huge. Like, we are...
Wait.
Whoa. What the heck? Oh. Oh, dang. Wait.
Okay.
Hold on here.
Wow.
What the heck?
Oh boy. Is she just gonna sleep on the street?
Oh, dang. She's gonna go to where Oshino was, the abandoned... Yep, the abandoned school. Yep, yep. Oh my god.
Oh. The hole that's been in the roof was from...
Yeah. This is not okay, Hanekawa.
No. Oh boy.
Wait, what? Bro, she's slipping, like, or she's already like half gone. Like, this is really bad.
Oh yeah, she's not in a good way.
Well, yeah, but oh, Senjo. Oh. Holy crap. Oh my god. Holy crap. Which was obviously a lie, as here we are. Huh.
Whoa.
Wow. Senjo, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Quite nonchalantly. Still no Araragi, though. Ha ha, you're the one to talk. The little cat, little smile thing. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
Cool. Ah! Oh my god! No thoughts. Just dot 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 dot
Yeah.
dot dot. Okay.
Oh.
Aw.
Because it's an actual home. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. Senjo's just spitting it today.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of things she's not planning for.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say she was posing quite a storm.
Right, right. Oh my god! Yeah, maybe. Wow. She's plugging her nose to do the... Yep. Wait.
Is Hanekawa getting a little crush?
Huh. I sense a threatening atmosphere.
Indeed.
So straightforward.
Yep.
Huh?
Ugh.
Huh. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds exactly like you. Wait, look good? Hanekawa, are you concerned with looking good? Like... Oh! Okay. I can't return home for a while, don't worry. I like how there's stuff happening in the background, but we're actually focusing on perspective from Hanekawa here. This is so weird.
It is indeed.
Well said. Well said,
definitely
Senjo.
is.
Yes. Oh. Ah! What does that have to do with anything? Ah, yes!
There you go.
Yes, you do that, Senjougahara. Ah!
Ah. That or Hanekawa.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Ah!
I know what I'm about, son.
Oh. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Whoa.
That was an amazing episode.
Yeah.
Oh. This ED.
Uh-huh.
Well, now.
Further fracturing of the girl.
Well.
All the mechanisms and such that
yeah.
make her up.
Everything measured and orderly, you know, with the cogs and the wheels and it and whatnot.
But it's actually all a mess still.
Right.
Bro, I'm getting some vibes, man, though. I'm
level
freaking
of
out.
not well that Hanekawa is right now.
This is really bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain that she burned the house down.
Yeah.
Wait, were those machine guns?
They might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopters and stuff. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey! Fire Sisters!
Indeed.
Yeah!
Ah.
Oh, dang. Okay. All right, y'all. This feels like a setup episode of epic proportions. Like, do you feel me like with this? We are getting like final evolution Hanekawa.
Yeah, the thing is that like I agree with the whole setup thing on the one hand, because the stuff with Araragi and everything, yes, definitely setup. And with the stuff with Hanekawa, like the house burning down and everything, they haven't explicitly said how that happened. But I feel like it's already happening, and and the thing is, here's the thing.
Okay.
It's obvious to everyone except Hanekawa. Because
it does feel like that.
Because here's the fact that they changed the perspective of the story, that's a very big deal.
Huge deal.
For a few reasons. One, they've never done that before. Right? And in this story, not really. They might show the perspective of the characters for a little bit, but it's Araragi's story that Araragi is telling. Right now it's Hanekawa's story that Hanekawa is telling. Which means, and given how much the story from Araragi's perspective deals with a what's the phrase? Basically, a storyteller that you can't necessarily trust all the time, right? Because
unreliable narrator.
Unreliable narrator, yes, because there's the certain way that they perceive things,
which puts a bias into the perspective on certain characters.
Right, and the more extreme their mental state is, the more extreme the bias of the narration.
And what do you think Hanekawa is, if not that, but like even more so?
Even more so. So there were a few things that stood out to me. There's the fire and the idea that was probably Hanekawa that did it. There's the whole thing of the fact that skipping ahead a chapter and whatnot, and the idea of her potentially not remembering or realizing what happened.
Because of her split mental state.
Well, and also just the idea of how, like... I don't think she's suicidal yet. But she's about as close as you can be. It's pretty bad. Her tether on reality is almost entirely gone. And I think that's why Senjougahara was so concerned. That's why she was so intentional with everything she did. Because Senjougahara, if you think about it, was acting kind of out of character, it would seem, right? We've never really seen her act like this, even when she's dealing with Araragi, right? And especially with Hanekawa. Well, Hanekawa is a competitor, right? And the way we saw her in Nisei was not talking about Hanekawa as a friend. It was like the master-servant relationship or something like that, right? Yeah. So the fact that basically she's doing this here means that Senjougahara is very much worried, right?
Yeah, and this is showcasing a really strong point of what Senjougahara has, is that she is aggressive.
Yes.
She doesn't take charge
She's
all the
blunt.
time.
She's straightforward.
But she is very straightforward in that, hey, this is the way things are going to happen when she desires things to go a certain way. In a lot of ways, I would say Senjougahara doesn't put herself that much upon other people, kind of like she mentioned here, but this is an example of where she's doing the exact opposite of what she usually does, probably because of an emotional distress regarding the whole situation with Hanekawa.
Yep. The other thing that stood out to me, and this is the most disconcerting out of all of it.
Oh.
But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to be taken this way.
Ooh, which part? I'm excited. Which part?
That's when Hachikuji said, "I'll be seeing you soon."
Oh.
Hachikuji's dead.
Oh.
Now, one of the things that you could say, given that Hanekawa is the one other person that can see Hachikuji, it's showing how detached she is and things like that. But it could also be
how close to death's door
how close to death's door she is. That she has basically one foot in the grave right now, right? And so,
I think that's part of it. I think it might also be her tie to being an oddity herself.
Sure,
because you either take the oddities as like they don't exist at all, or there's some blend of them interfering with the real world.
And in the Mayoi snail arc, it was something where Hachikuji had trouble finding home, Araragi had trouble at home, Hanekawa
also
definitely
had trouble
at home, right?
That's why she was just out at the park that one time, just like what was it, Mother's Day or something at that point?
Yeah.
And she's just like, no, I'm just out here.
Yep. So it doesn't have to be that. It could just be that they're actually going to have a conversation later, and that would be great. Hachikuji is super wholesome.
and also breaks the fourth wall constantly with like her comment of just like, I'm going to be in the next episode title.
Right.
And just like, really, you should stop with the blatant, foreshadowing. Now, that might be not that she's in the next episode. Like, she's not necessarily the next episode. Like, exactly. It might be that. But it might be also that once they get through the Tsubasa Tiger
then it's going to be Mayoi
something.
Yeah.
Which is probably more or less accurate,
Yeah, but that... Oh, boy. And then the fact that Senjougahara, it was such a not an imbalance, not a disconnect, but basically Hanekawa was so perplexed by Senjougahara's concern.
Yeah.
Right? Because Senjougahara's concern, that's one thing, right? Hanekawa was out there, for some reason she decided to sleep in a school, right? In an abandoned school. That's pretty bad, right? But the fact that she didn't think anything of it, and that she was confused by Senjougahara's concern, that's the real thing. Because I would say that means that she doesn't ever have any real concern for herself either.
Right.
And also the whole thing with the Roomba or whatever.
Yeah.
Cleaning up. That could just be the Roomba cleaning up, and it's just another way to showcase how kind of cold the house is, right? That it's never a person that cleans up, it's just a little machine that goes around cleaning things.
The separation of the communal establishment is very apparent.
Yep, and it's very apparent, and it's disturbing. But that could also, the idea of it being in parallel to Hanekawa's mental state can't be ignored. And I would say it's very possible that while this is happening, that's basically her setting the fire.
Well, okay, sure. I think that's a great point. The idea of like, that's it. That's the whole thing right
she's
there.
She's cleaning up.
Yeah. And take that as you will. I think that we are basically being told, though, at this point, is that this is Hanekawa's, like, actively taking a role in not just her life going a new direction, but there's something that she says basically in the whole thing where she's waking up from the Roomba thing, where she's basically telling you, this is what the story's going to be like.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is that usually I would say, when a story has a very well-written premise, they usually tell you the ending. Because they're basically giving you the idea of, we're going to give you the scope and magnitude of this story.
Right. Even if it's not necessarily apparent from the get-go what the ending is, that way, once the ending happens, you're like, yes, this is This is a holistic story. This is what I was kind of expecting, even if I didn't expect it.
There's a lot of questions. Who am I? What am I?
Mm-hmm.
What is Hanekawa Tsubasa? And then this is the story of... Wait, it says, my story is Hanekawa Tsubasa is not one I can tell.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at this whole thing, and I hate throwing around the word deconstruction because I don't think I'm using it in the same context that's usually applied here. Because I think this is basically more the destroying or the deconstruction or the reboot, if you will, because there's something they shared in the ED of Hanekawa Tsubasa. And it's basically represented in the tiger thing coming out there as basically being if she was always the cat, she was always she's the actual abnormality. The thing of what Hanekawa is as a person is something that should be looked at not with this glorification and this worship from Hararagi, if you will, but more you need help. You need help. And a tiger, which she literally says in the thing here, saying nothing. It's like this story, despite Araragi's exaggeration about being a saint, that's nothing more than human. But then she says, I'm nothing more than human, but this is for you to know that I am a cat, a tiger, and a human. So the tiger is another aspect of her whole identity or what have you.
Yeah, I feel like if you were to make the connection, try and make the distinction between the human, the cat, and the tiger, the cat is the thing that's pushing things off the ledges, right? It's breaking stuff, causing chaos, right?
Just kind of chaotic neutral.
Yeah. When I think about the tiger, I think about the
ultimate predator.
The ultimate predator.
Yep.
The thing that basically goes around and it kills, it destroys. It's not messing around anymore, right? It truly leaves destruction.
Yeah. And we have an element of pure destruction in this episode.
Right.
So
yeah.
What the direct or indirect relationship is between Hanekawa and the tiger is probably going to be revealed over the course of this section of the story. But the part where she says, now the time to awaken from the nightmare is here, if you can basically put this into two perspectives here. The idea that the nightmare is something where you're basically sleepwalking, but you're at the behest of your environment. The nightmare is the environment. One way to look at this in terms of awakening from the nightmare is that you leave it. But what they're clearly showcasing here is that, no, this is actually Hanekawa spiraling out of control.
Right.
To where there's going to be a breaking point.
Well,
if you look at the words awaken, though, I would say this is more of a thing of Hanekawa's taking the nightmare out. And she's taking the nightmare with her out into the real world.
Well, and the thing is that I feel like especially for Senjougahara, but for other people too, it's blatantly obvious where Hanekawa's at, even if they don't know the details, and that's why Senjougahara is so concerned, right? But specifically here with this line, now the time to awaken from the nightmare is here. One of the other fail-safe ways to awaken from a nightmare, anytime you're in a dream and your usual tricks of waking up from dreams don't work, is to die in the dream.
Sure.
Because you can't have the dream continue while you're dead.
Yep.
Right?
You jump from a high ledge or something like that.
Exactly.
And then the feeling of that kind of just makes you, shocks you,
I feel like this is something where usually they're a lot more like Monogatari as a show is a lot more subtle with its foreshadowing. But even here we had Hanekawa straight up remark to Hachikuji all right, enough with the obvious foreshadowing. The time for subtlety is over. The time for the playful cat is over.
Yep. We in tiger territory.
We in tiger territory now, and it's not going to be pretty.
No.
Oh, man.
I can I just say, the surprise twist of having the Hanekawa perspective is something that I would not have valued nearly as much if we hadn't had so much Araragi focus. My brain is buzzing with the idea of going back through specific segments of story that we've already seen from a different character's perspective. I love those types of stories because there's so many things that can be hidden in plain sight usually, but hidden from the casual viewer. But you get on basically the retreading, not through the same perspective, but from an alternate perspective.
One of the other things, when Hanekawa was talking to Hachikuji, and Hachikuji's just sort of gesticulating.
Yes.
One of the things that she does is she randomly makes a choking
When?
motion early on.
Early on, let me
and it's just for a little bit, but it's one of those things where it's like, was Hachikuji actually doing that? Probably not. Is that a connection that Hanekawa probably made because of some random thing Hachikuji did? Probably.
Oh. Was it like in the beginning? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Hold on. Here it is. What are you doing? So I wanted to get it back from him. Forgot something?
Yep, he dragged me away, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, I missed it.
I mean, you saw it, though. The actual context for the...
Yeah. It's basically like right after she...
Mm-hmm. Okay,
wait. I've been devoting myself to overcoming many troublesome obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Troublesome obstacles like life?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was very, very brief, though.
No, I know. But the thing is that it was something where it didn't make sense. Well, okay. Also, right after that, Hanekawa was like, I see. She has this distant look on her face. Then it has the whole thing of she doesn't bite at all. Like, Hachikuji's very nice, wholesome and whatnot. But, but
and she goes down to kind of like kid level looking at her, doing the kid squad, like, oh, yeah, hello.
Well, and what that seems like to me is, again, the thing of her putting on the mask, the appearance, right? Yeah. Going into the mode of, hey, this is a cute kid. I'll interact with this cute kid the way you interact with the cute kid, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I'll be seeing you again soon, Hanekawa. My episode with him will be in the next title. Stop the blatant foreshadowing. So, I think also this whole encounter with Mayoi Hachikuji is a foreshadowing as well.
Sure.
Huh.
Well, right, and establishing the whole idea that Araragi's not going to be here.
Oh. Okay. So right after that, we have the tiger encounter. Mm-hmm. This tiger encounter here is like awesome. Absolutely amazing in terms of just visuals and just the whole presentation of it, and also the idea that as it's like seen, there's no idea of size relation comparatively to Hanekawa until it's upon her.
Well, and it almost seems like as it approaches her, it gets bigger.
It gets bigger, yeah.
Like
now, the idea of it saying "so white lies of ignorance," that makes me think that she's somehow separating herself from it, being like, "Oh, you telling yourself your little white lies of ignorance."
Well, here's what I think the white lies of ignorance are.
Okay,
it's that no one cares about her.
Oh.
Because her parents don't care about her. Araragi clearly doesn't care about her. Right?
Oh.
And which is now if they did that.
Are those the lies?
Those are the lies that Hanekawa tells herself.
Gotcha. Okay. Right? Gotcha.
Because the thing about being suicidal is that how can you stay there if you think about how much other people care for you? Right?
Maybe the way you do it is you basically think about how much they care about you, and thus you wouldn't want to put them through any more pain by having them deal with your problems.
Right.
So you
can't take that logic very far because
no one uses logic when they're in that state.
Yeah, good point.
Here's a big thing here though I want to bring up. They inverted the colors of the flags and made them blue instead of red. I think blue in the house was actually being referenced a lot as kind of like a Hanekawa color. Red is the whole blood thing with the vampires, Kizu, Araragi thing. In a weird way, she loves, Araragi. Not in a weird way. She loves Araragi. That's obvious. But the idea that in this state where the red is kind of you can look at it as the red flags thing you were talking about. But I was thinking of having it be a thing of where the red maybe is something that she thinks about as being like Araragi, or maybe what he represents is right there, just, able to help or what have you. But in the moment where the tiger shows up,
she doesn't see them?
Well, it's all her.
Okay.
The blue might be representative of her. So it's basically like screaming at her, basically saying, this is you. And even the why am I running away is in the blue, which is maybe just a color thing for the background and stuff. But the aberration is then shown in red, which is usually the fear, kind of, violence, aggressive background that they have for this thing here. But she then kind of has the moment here of like, wait, white lies of ignorance, but I'm white. Like, that's me. And then everything inverts back to where she's basically rejects the idea of this thing being her. So she's like, nope, that's all aberration stuff. That's not me. I don't have to deal with that. I have everything perfectly.
Because when I think of white, especially in this show, I think of it as being blank.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
And that's why it's white lie. It's nothing, right? It's easy to miss. It's not a big deal.
Sure.
With the red, I feel like in this story. In another story, I would definitely see it as being more of the like the anger and things like that. In this one, I see it more as life.
Okay.
And the passion that comes with life.
Gotcha.
And that in this instance, Hanekawa doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And then also the red flags of she's not doing well, but she can't see it, right?
Right.
Yeah. And that basically. And that maybe this is something where that's what Senjougahara recognizes in her, right?
Okay.
Because Senjougahara was not doing too well either. Like the whole thing of the weight issue, with Senjougahara, that is a very like there was the additional weight that she was carrying because of her past and all of that stuff, but it also, or at least gave me the impression of it being something of not being very grounded, not having a strong tether to this world because, you're lightweight. You could just get blown away by the wind, right?
Right.
And here, in fact, like, even with where she, like went to sleep,
yeah,
I don't know what all the white stuff was supposed to be, like branches or something, right? Yeah, it was probably just because the school's overgrown and whatnot. But Hanekawa surrounds herself with the nothing, right?
Oh, okay.
The absence of care. And then the first thing that Senjougahara does is she slaps her, which puts some red in her cheeks.
Oh, cool. Like putting some life back into
her.
Really
and maybe that's, that's just me like reading into things, but
yeah. Yeah, I loved Senjougahara this episode, though. The whole Senjougahara is aggressively showing care to you to make sure that you don't leave her sight, basically. This is the kind of thing I would do if someone who was a close friend of mine, or even wasn't, like, super close, I just at least had a good enough relationship with them to where I knew kind of about them and their heart and their feelings in some ways. I'd be like, nope, you're staying with me. You're staying here. You're not doing anything. You're not able to leave. And if you try to leave, you have to fight me. I'm your final boss.
Right.
JoJo pose, It's amazing. I love that. But I loved how Senjougahara basically kind of does her whole bearing herself, thing to Hanekawa here to maybe get her to, relax a little bit, but also to maybe check to see if there's been any. I mean, Hanekawa wears, no sleeves or anything like that, but just to make sure she's actually okay physically.
Sure.
That might be a thing for that.
Well, and I feel like Hanekawa wouldn't ever get like self-destructive until it was like in any visible way, until like she was like ready
all the
way to just go.
Yeah.
Because she's so focused with like order and everything. But yeah, the whole thing of basically Senjougahara burying herself, which okay, there are a few things of why I love this so much with Senjougahara, even though I was very surprised by it. One, it shows that maybe she's learned also from Araragi a bit, right? The whole thing of caring about other people and just trying to help people, right, and whatnot, right?
Yeah, regardless of whether or not they're asking for help.
And regardless of whether or not they might make your life a bit complicated, because Hanekawa definitely is a competitor at the very least, even if, Araragi doesn't see Hanekawa as a competitor, but it's still something where she very much likes Araragi, right?
Yeah.
Senjougahara notices that Hanekawa isn't being honest, right? And she usually isn't, right?
For sure.
So she takes her clothes off, which one is a is a great callback of basically showing that she's willing to be vulnerable, right?
Right.
That she's willing to basically take the barriers down that used to be so high and spiked and everything, right?
Right.
And then but then it's also this basically way to say you don't need to worry about barriers here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a home.
Right.
Right?
You can be real with me.
You can be real with me.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I'm going to be pushy about getting you to be real with me, right?
Yes.
And using the guise of like, I need to see your naked body so that I can, as a comparison, so she can be like, yeah, I'm hotter, or so that she can be like, and then I will tell Araragi all about it, and maybe it's and maybe there is some of that too, where Senjougahara is like, this is good pretense or something. But I mean, let's be real. It's also because Hanekawa needs to be willing to be honest with herself and honest with other people.
Right.
She's probably never been vulnerable. If you would guess, when was the last time Hanekawa was actually vulnerable?
Almost never. I would say it was Kizu when she was doing favors for Araragi.
Right.
There were moments where she was intentionally giving him like, hey, here you go. Here's a little something.
And even
then escalate it slightly with every single one.
Then that was being vulnerable with what she was willing to be vulnerable about. Right. Mm-hmm. Hence why Araragi got this crazy view of her, because there was that side of herself she was not showing.
Yeah.
And here, Senjougahara, in her classic fashion, is basically like, no.
Show me everything.
Show me everything.
Show me it all.
Show me it all.
Yep.
Right?
I love this because, like, this feels like classic Monogatari now, that I've, like, watched a good chunk of Monogatari now. But, like, I feel like I'm still getting to know these characters. Like,
because they're growing.
In terms of actually having them grow, but also being unveiled, there's this element where I'm seeing the clear difference between how Monogatari has development, which is happening with like Araragi, Senjougahara, well, really almost everyone, but like also with the characterization of someone like Hanekawa, where she's not necessarily changing. It's actually more so that we are beginning to understand who she really is. Well, and her value, the main thing I would say she has a similar thing with Araragi, is her self-value is so low, like Araragi's, that Senjougahara might be the perfect like help initially with this whole process for Hanekawa. Because if this is basically the redemption arc for Hanekawa, where it's like, we're going to bring her down as low as possible and see if she can come back up, that's so exciting to think about. Because then that means that all this characterization is foundational stuff, so that we actually have the proper representation of who she is, so that when she changes, it's a real change. It's not just another mask from her. It's not just a further, presentation, appearance, masking thing to give a misdirection towards people thinking that she is XYZ when instead she's ABC. Or more like, no, she's QVX. Like she's got some stuff to deal with. And, I want to wrap things up really quickly here, but what were your big pulls from the whole Hanekawa kind of state here that you feel like they're leading up to in the future episodes?
Well, there's the whole thing of them dealing with the tiger, which I think is fun, but that's not the real focus. Like, let's be real.
Well, it is a focus. It is a focus. It's the name of the
yeah. But it's that with how it pertains to Hanekawa.
Right.
And since the way they set it up makes it seem like it's something separate, like gotcha. Just Hanekawa saw a tiger, right? It didn't do anything. It didn't possess her. It didn't, whatever. But Hanekawa was the real focus here. So.
Okay, well, she did call herself a tiger in the very beginning of the episode.
Yes. So it's it's very possible that the tiger, Hanekawa, who knows? Like she might not have actually seen it. Like, given that this is Monogatari, she probably did actually see something, right? To have an actual literal, supernatural manifestation of the internal state.
But she was alone.
And her awareness of things is seemingly quite off.
Yeah, very off. She missed an entire gap of time.
Right.
Like Like
now maybe that's just something where we'll get to see that chapter later, right? With Senjougahara looking around and showing just how concerned she is, right? That'll be great if we get that. But we don't have to. We don't have to. But I think they're going to bring up the notion in a much more upfront way than they have up till now.
Okay.
That if she isn't already, if she's not already, she's as close, super close, and she will be suicidal very soon, I think.
Okay.
How they'll address that, I don't know, and what it will look like, because Monogatari does things in its own way.
Right.
But that's my biggest prediction.
Okay. I feel like with what they've set up here, they're giving us this thing where it's a Hanekawa-centric bit, because, Nekomonogatari, obviously. But the idea that we are actually getting first-person, internal perspective of her to the point where they're trying to make sure we understand Araragi's not here. Yeah. This is a Hanekawa-centric bit. When I think of, this is how it begins... to the point of this is how it ends, there was something I saw in the ED that made me kind of freak out.
Yeah. The
point that they did this kind of gear look of this girl or what have you in, I think, Nisei. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But this being Hanekawa, potentially.
Yeah.
And then at the end here... she's basically saying, I talk about my true feelings. I'm basically revealing who I am for real. Like I'm being honest.
Right.
She's saying, let me take a deep breath and start over. And in the beginning, they have a thing here where she's saying the Hanekawa Tsubasa is already very unstable. There's a story here. Where is it? There's a story here. My story's Hanekawa Tsubasa is not one that I can tell. Do you see the inherent split aspect of how that in of itself?
Well, and that's why it needs to be from her perspective, because this isn't a story that she'll tell to anyone.
But the thing is that she's saying it's not possible for me to tell, which means that someone else, aka she is not even Hanekawa Tsubasa. She is something more, in a way that Hanekawa Tsubasa is not who she is. She needs to have a journey of self-discovery.
Right, because she doesn't have an identity right now.
Right, but the home that she's like, what is my home? What is this?
Right,
that could be a representation of the taken surname identity. Yep. So she literally
so it totally makes
sense
why she would burn it down. Yeah,
but that also makes sense why she would be feeling, self-destructive in very specific ways.
Definitely.
But then what comes out of that? What is revealed once the fake is burned away? What is that? Well, and that's what
she'll get.
That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, and what I love about this is that because Senjougahara, like Senjougahara being in this episode in this way, and I'm guessing in the rest of the arc, in a similar-ish fashion.
Okay,
makes me like her so much more as a character because she's just what Hanekawa needs. Right, because Hanekawa needs someone to help be there with her and tell it to her straight. Right, be like, this is what I think. This is you got to be honest with yourself about these things and all of that stuff.
Right.
And the fact that Senjougahara developed in this way in particular, I feel like also says a ton about Senjougahara as a character because
and she also her relationship with Araragi.
Right, exactly, and the journey that they've been going on because I feel like this is beyond character growth. It's character growth and characterization at the same time.
Yep.
Because we didn't necessarily realize that I didn't think that she would grow in this way. Right. Sure. I figured she would grow, and we'd seen ways in which she had grown, but I did not expect this.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
Yeah. Looking forward to the next episode, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction discussion. There's so much to go into here, but we'll save it for the next one. So if you want to see that next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there, and any level support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us and the community about these stories, about Monogatari, about, just whatever. You can also talk with Jacob about his book, though.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.